Well, I think, our football team's making improvement. I think as a first-year staff, not only the players are getting better, but I think we're getting better as an entire organization, coaching staff, support staff. But I was very pleased with the improvement we made. Certainly, I feel like our players are buying into how to prepare, how to practice, and hopefully we can continue to do that going forward. So I think we do have some things that we need to fix on defense and on special teams. I think they're all very fixable after having viewing the tape. And we're excited about playing what I feel like is kind of the standard in the Sun Belt relative to sustaining success in football with App State this week. Certainly going up to their place with tons of tradition and history, and having been very familiar with them. So we look forward to it. And with that being said, we'll take a few questions.
Thank you, Coach. Our first question from Dan McDonald with The Advocate. Dan, please go ahead.
Morning, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about, obviously, your offensive production on Saturday night? Was it something that you saw going in that you might be able to take advantage of?
Well, I felt like we were a very capable offensive team for the entirety. I mean, even since we got here back in spring ball, I was really impressed with the personnel that we inherited. And I think, we're getting the hang of it. We finally put it all together and executed. I think we've been a very up and down team, a lot of big plays and then a lot of negative plays, a little bit too inconsistent. We've got a great highlight reel from the first 4 games, but I think we finally were methodical and consistently executed, and I think that led to the production that you saw. So a lot of players played well. That was numerous players impacted the game, and I think that starts up front with our offensive line, and they by far had their best performance of the year.
Obviously, the challenge against Appalachian State this weekend. Is it more of a challenge for your offense to continue or more of a challenge for your defense to sort of up their game against a team that can also move the football?
Yeah, I think it's both. I mean, I think that, this is a team that plays well in all 3 phases. They're a big, fast, physical team, great team speed, and they've got an identity in all those areas. And, they've built the program. They've recruited at a high level. They've got a good, deep roster and play lots of players. And certainly they rushed the ball. They stopped the run. They played the situations really well. And they're getting pretty good quarterback play at this point in time as well.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Our next questions come from Tim Smith. Tim, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. Just real quick, wanted to ask you about the individual performance of Andre Nunez, who was this week's Sun Belt Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, Andre's been a standout since the day we got here. Really one of the hardest working guys in the program. Really had a tremendous offseason. Became a student of the game, had a tremendous summer physically, and the time he invested in learning our system and going through our quarterback plan for the summer was really impressive. One of our better leaders, well respected by his teammates, really starting to get the hang of what's required to prepare during a typical in-season Sunday to Saturday turnover, and great week of practice. And I think he would be the first to tell you that he had a lot of players play really well around him. And I think there's more out there for him to accomplish. He played 6 or 8 plays in that game where he could have done things better. So very, very, very capable, proud of him, and I think his best football is still in front of him.